We're live. Let's see if anyone shows up.
Right? I know it's so late. Even for us, it's so late right now.
Yeah, well, for us, it's 9 p.m. So for anyone in Central Canada, it's like 11, and the East would be like 12:30 at night. So maybe Vancouver, it's 8 p.m.
I know it's quite late. I guess for everyone is, a lot of people have their jammies on, starting to get ready to go to bed, watching their favorite show, because actually this is the time where we're watching our show, 9 p.m. Before going to bed, we go to bed at 10.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing when you have like people who watch your channel from different parts of the world is it's hard to come up with a time to do a live video.
I know. Yeah, hopefully some people show up.
I think there's 7 people on right now. If you're watching, like, feel free to leave a say hello. I'd love to know like where you're from at this time, and of course, obviously, if you have any questions.
Yes, because that's what this video is about. We want to get more in touch with you, get to know you. If you have any questions, we would love to answer and do this more of a personal video so we can get to know each other.
It might be
even
about
more.
travel in Canada. It might be about vlogging, what my favorite pizza is.
Yeah. Come
What's
on,
this?
don't be shy.
Travel diaries. We're
Yeah.
good. We're good. It's late. What time is it where you are?
Bangladesh. Oh, hello. We've been only in the Bangladesh airport, but we would love to
Yeah,
go
I think it was when we were flying from
to India.
India to Nepal.
Yeah.
Maybe?
No,
Will we have
to
a
Nepal,
baby?
to
We're
India.
hoping to have a baby.
Yes, that will be different.
It's gonna make the Canada travel different for sure.
Samuel. It's 10 a.m. Okay. Oh, love from India.
From Sudbury? Oh, you're in Canada. Okay. Sudbury. So it's like 11 p.m. where you are? So thanks for joining. That's pretty late.
Oh, Texas. We're in Texas.
We'll be moving to Winnipeg. And you're from Mexico. Okay. We actually have like 2 connections there. Obviously, Carla's from Mexico, but we've also lived in Winnipeg
for the summer.
Yeah, for about 5 months in 2015.
Yeah, and if you're moving in the summer, it will be great. Who knows with this pandemic? But there's a lot of festivals going on in Winnipeg, right?
Yeah, it's actually a cool city.
It's a cool city.
It's an interesting place. So Winnipeg, like, at least for me growing up, it gets made fun of for some reason. It's like the city that you make fun of the most. I think it's just because they're kind of a little bit more isolated. They're in the middle. They're away from everything, and
it's one of
the coldest places in the country.
Yes, so be aware of that. You're from Mexico. They have longer and colder winters, and sometimes very windy.
But summers are hot.
Yeah, like super humid. I don't know where are you from Mexico, but if you're from Mexico City, like I am, it's humid, and they said that there's so many mosquitoes. We didn't experience that, but
it's cool. Like there's lots of cool things to do. I think anywhere can be like what you make of it. There's always lots of things to do, and I find some people just kind of complain wherever they are.
Yes.
And you can find stuff to do. And you're quite close to Churchill. So it's like the polar bear capital and beluga whale capital of the world. So
yeah, but like in the summer you can go to the Folk Fest, which is one of like the biggest folk fest in the country.
In North America,
can actually go set up camp and then go to listen to these incredible bands. And one that it's a very unique festival is the Folklorama. So there's a lot of immigrants in Winnipeg. So you get together to set up kind of like to showcase your culture. Mm-hmm. So there's Cuban and Indian and Ukrainian, of course, Mexicans, where you can even be part of it and prepare food and show as much as you want of your country and your culture. So it's pretty amazing.
And oddly enough, they actually have some big lakes there, and one of them has the largest, I think, sandy beach in North America. Someone said hi from Japan. We love Japan. We've been there. I've been there twice. Carla's been there once.
Yes,
we really want to come back. Country. Of course, who knows when at this point, but
we're trying to
Yeah, we'd love to come
to catch up on the messages. So of course we would like to go one day to Bangladesh.
The longest sea beach in the world? Well, I didn't know that. I'll have to look that up. That sounds interesting. Van life. We've actually talked about it a bit, just only because it seems to be a trend for some reason. But I'm not sure.
Not only because it's a trend, I think that it will be a great way to explore the country because
for sure.
we love the outdoors. Like, as you can tell by our videos, we love to be outside and exploring the beauty of Canada. And I think that it's something that we would like to do. But even though it can be cheaper in a way because you save in a lot of hotels and maybe make your own meals, like getting a van can be quite expensive and renting it as well. So
yeah, we've looked into some. Like, I don't know if to make it convenient, of course, you should have hopefully a bathroom in there, but they can be like $100,000, I think, when they're brand new. So they're quite expensive.
Yeah, I don't think we have the budget.
We need like a cheap one, and then someone to help us remodel it. That would be cool.
Yeah, maybe if we have a baby soon, that will be the best way to go, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. From Montreal, how's it going? Half my family's from Montreal. Well, my mom's from there, so I still have some aunts and uncles there, but most of them moved to Alberta back during the big oil rush back in the 80s or 70s.
So Donna is from Dallas, Austin.
We've actually been to. Were you in Austin?
Yes, just once, very briefly.
Yeah, I was there once for South by Southwest, but just for the parties. It was fun. It's a cool place.
So South Africa. Oh, good morning,
wow.
Catherine.
Thanks for waking up.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Then it says, how old are you guys? So the question is, how old do we look?
I'm 36.
And I'm 34.
Memorable tips for Quebec City. Oh, someone said, going up a bit. Have I ever been to Newfoundland? Yeah, I've been there many times. My dad's from Newfoundland. So as a kid, I went there probably every second summer, maybe even every summer. I don't remember, but we've also been there. You've probably been there 3 or 4 times, right?
I know. And I love Newfoundland. Really.
It's an awesome place.
It has a special day, not only a special place in our heart, not only because Matthew's family is from there, but also the people are super friendly. It's very unique.
It's just it's beautiful. The weather is kind of chaotic, but it's there's lots to see. We actually love it. I would love to go every year.
Yeah.
If I could. We've even kind of talked about maybe moving there, but it's a bit hard because it is a bit isolated even for our work.
It's a long move.
It's quite far, but
yeah, it's a far move. And Bettina from Mexico City.
Cuernavaca.
Well, but very close. Well, she says I'm from Mexico City.
Oh, but living.
So I'm so happy to always see my fellow Mexicans.
We've been to Cuernavaca for a wedding.
Yeah.
Do you have any memorable tips for Quebec City?
Well, Quebec City itself is such a beautiful country. It's one of the beautiful cities, one of the oldest cities in Canada, and it has that European look. Very charming place.
Yeah. Just walking around the old city is worth probably a whole day at least.
Yes.
It's very nice. I would definitely, if you can, take a tour.
A walking tour is the best thing that you can do because there's so much history and it allows you to understand and get more meaning about the place. So that's one of our most memorable things. Mm-hmm. And of course, around Quebec City, there's a lot of nice things to do as well.
Yeah, you could take a cruise on the river there. We were there in the summer and the winter. So the winter, you actually have one of the biggest winter festivals in the world. Can be quite cold, but it's a pretty cool experience. Lots of ice castles and parades and stuff like that. So that's also a fun time to go. But I don't know. Which one would you prefer, summer or winter?
I don't know. I think that both seasons have their own charm.
You can also stay in the ice hotel. It's expensive, but if you have the money.
I just think that if you've never experienced colder weather before, Quebec City in the winter can be a shock. Because even for me, it was super cold because they get that humid cold, which is different from Alberta. Here is very dry. And it just feels colder. So be prepared for that. Someone is saying hello from Alex, Egypt. We recently went to Egypt. And
that was our last international trip before COVID hit in 2019. We weren't in Alex. I'm assuming Alexandria, I think it's called, which would have been cool to go to. But we were in Cairo and Luxor and then scuba diving in the Red Sea from Hurghada. We actually,
very nice
one of our
cafe.
dive guides,
Dive
dive
masters.
masters there, super friendly guy. He was
He's married.
so into Canada.
Well, yeah, well, it's because he met a lady from Montreal, Canada, and they got married. And he's been trying to immigrate to Canada. So even though sometimes you guys ask us so much, what's the best way to immigrate? There's no really best ways. Really case by case. But yeah, he finally got approved. So
Yeah,
he's moving to Canada after so many years of trying.
He just let us know like yesterday.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's already been 2 years since we even met him.
So then Kiwi and Mila, they've been following since Canada won. Road to 150. Awesome. So thank you so much.
What was your favorite video from the Road to 150? People always ask us that, and I'm not really sure. I'll think about it. I don't want to like bias your opinion, but try and think what your favorite video is from Road to 150.
Yeah.
Some must-visit places in Canada during the next 2 to 3 months. I guess it's kind of hard because assuming you're only visiting your own province, it's kind of hard. Like, because even us, we want to go to BC and do some videos, but we're like not sure yet because of COVID.
But depending on the season, like if COVID didn't exist, you're talking about what are the months?
Kind of like the end of winter and spring.
So I guess the best place is sometimes Newfoundland to see the icebergs.
And to see the puffins.
Because that's like the peak time to see the icebergs.
Probably the best place for an actual spring would be Vancouver Island. I'm just guessing, I've never been there, but they have a lot of flowers and gardens, and usually spring is a good time for that.
Yeah, but all depends where are you from and how are the restrictions are during COVID. Even though we want to explore a lot, we still cannot make any plans because all depends on the restrictions. Aaron Santos, gonna push again for you guys this season for a free van trip.
A free van trip. What do you mean by that?
Yes, let us know in the comments. Send us an email. Hello from Calgary, Lisa. Hello, we're neighbors because we're based in Calgary too.
So neighborhoods from Winnipeg. I don't really remember the name. It's funny. We actually, at that time, we were working in sales, going door to door. So we've probably been in every neighborhood in Winnipeg, but I don't really remember the names. I'd almost have to look. If you want to send me an email, I can try to help. It's matt@mustdocanada.com. But we were actually downtown, which was awesome for us. I don't know about they were asking with like 2 teenagers, but maybe downtown.
Where? Sorry?
In Winnipeg, where to live.
Yeah, usually downtown, and it's not as expensive as other cities in Canada. I don't know how much they will rent our place.
They were just wondering what's the best neighborhood to live in with teenagers.
Oh.
I said I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd have to think about that one. The pandemic here. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of mixed, I guess. Like
everything is open. Like you can travel. Like recently,
of course.
Like Jasper. Recently, like 2 weeks ago, all the restaurants got open here with, of course, restricted capacity.
Yeah.
As well as any public places.
I think yesterday they just opened up libraries and gyms at limited capacity. I think there's like no cardio.
Yes, that's what I heard. No intensity workouts at the gym.
So you can just do weights because you don't breathe as heavy, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Sorry, guys. It's hard to keep up with the
Lloydminster, how's it going? I have a best friend from Cold Lake, so I think that's right on the border of Lloydminster. I think I played football there because I'm from Fort McMurray, so we did a road trip there once to play against your team. They were always I think they were always the best team in our league. But
and then Nanda,
Michigan,
from Michigan. Any plans to visit Michigan or?
We'd love to.
Yeah, we love to learn to go to any place. To be honest, like even the smaller towns, we enjoy them so much because there's so many cool stories everywhere you go.
If I had to pick between them, Brazil.
Yeah, this is in one of our bucket list countries for sure.
It does look beautiful there.
Matthew wants to go for the girls.
What's the town I heard of? I told Karla about this before. Florianopolis. That's where I've heard
all the Victoria's Secret models come from.
And that there's like 4 girls for every guy. So I better not go with Karla. She'll get jealous.
Well, tell me where is a good place to go for guys? Anyway, I guess anywhere.
BC and Alberta, your videos helped us a lot. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for letting us know. It's always good to hear from people that the videos actually help you like plan trips, and it's encouraging to make more videos. Nepal, that was an awesome, so many memories there too.
I know, we love Nepal too. People are super friendly.
It's so cool to hear from people from all over the world, by the way.
Then it says
Vancouver,
here,
how's it going? We love Vancouver. That's one place we really want
to
get back to and make a video specifically about the city. To me, it's the most beautiful city in Canada.
Just because you have the ocean.
Well, it's like a beautiful skyline, the ocean, the mountains. You got like rainforest nearby. If it wasn't so expensive, it probably would be my place I would want to move. It's just that I can't afford $1 million house.
Then it says, have you been to Madeleine Island? No.
No, that's where we really want to go.
And also we want to go to the Gaspé Peninsula in Quebec. Oh my God, we've heard so many like recommendations about like some road trips in Quebec. So if things go well, hopefully this summer we can go back to Quebec.
Yeah, it's one of our plans for sure if things open up. But
what is the first place you would like to visit in BC once travel opens up?
Oh, it's kind of tough.
For sure, we want to go to the island, or we want to go to northern BC.
There's so many places in BC, like Haida Gwaii. That's not
Haida Gwaii.
But all like northern BC, we'd like to do. What's that other place called? Is it like White Swan? I might be messing that one up. There's a provincial park that has really good rafting. That's kind of in the middle that I would love to visit. A Soyuz I've never been to. We've actually never there's so much to do in BC and it's such a big place, but we've been all over the island, Vancouver and Kelowna. We've never even been at Whistler.
No.
Yeah, so there's
I know, crazy.
We could probably spend a year at least in
and
BC.
It's not even that far. Look, Jay, cheers from Victoria. They got inspired to travel across
Canada.
Canada.
With Justin's dad. Crazy.
Yeah, I know.
What a small world. We met Justin's dad. We stayed there when we were in Edmonton during the Road to 150. His dad and mom, and they're both such friendly people.
Yeah, I know. We really enjoy staying there.
But that's cool that we inspired you to travel across. How was it? It's such a long drive, but there's so much to see. Even us, a lot of people asked, did we see it all? And honestly, I mean, probably that trip was 15% of Canada. It's just such a big place, and 150 days is only 10 days in each province. So
I know some people has said, how come you miss this and you miss that? And I said, oh, we would love to do everything, but we just didn't have enough time, traveling 150 days across Canada. How many miles was that?
Well, we drove 27,000 kilometers. I don't know what that is in miles, maybe 20,000 miles.
Yeah, but come on, Canada is the second largest country in the world. So I think we did pretty good.
My back hurt for 3 months, I think, after that. Someone said, what's the UP? You just mean the upper part of Michigan by that? But yeah, we'd love to go. We've heard great things, such amazing lakes. And there's even the road trip around Lake Superior. That's half in Canada, half in the US. That sounds awesome to us too. So we'd love to do that. But I have a feeling US travel is probably not going to be in the cards this year. I think we'd be lucky if we can travel across Canada.
Yeah, for sure. We actually want to do some content, what are the best road trips between Canadian and US cities? Because I think that will be very cool.
That would be cool. Even a road trip across the US. I think it would take even longer just because there's so many states. But the best province for new immigrants at the beginning, that's kind of we get asked that quite often, but it's hard to say because in terms of living, we only have experience in Alberta and specifically in Calgary, but I think it just depends. Toronto and Vancouver are hotspots, of course, but they're also very expensive.
Yes, I guess I guess a lot of people like it because there's more.
There's just more jobs.
Yes,
there's just a lot more industries.
But it's more expensive. Yeah, but I guess when you're looking for the best places to move, depending on how you're trying to come, I guess you just need to look at the immigration site and try to look for the best programs for you.
We met one guy from Syria that opened up a chocolate shop in a small town in Nova Scotia. They had a chocolate shop in Syria, and I guess it got bombed. sadly to say. It seems crazy to say that, but he opened it up here, and it was so popular. Even the Prime Minister mentioned it and visited, I think.
Oh
And
yeah, he
now
went
they've
and buy
opened
some
up. I
chocolates.
just saw that they opened up an actual store in the mall there, like super fancy, like you're walking into Syria.
Yeah.
At first, it looks really cool. So,
Oh,
I mean, I think
so
you
nice.
can set up a life anywhere. And the East Coast is more chill and cheaper, but then the big cities have, you know, more food options. So it's really hard to say.
Yes.
From Pakistan, yeah, we'd love to go. We actually have a guy I know organizes tours there, and I would love to go, but he's doing one this year, but I just feel like it's risky to go this year. Like flights maybe get canceled, or who knows what happens. I don't want to get stuck anywhere, but we'd love to visit for sure.
So then they said if we have any, you spend time in Fondy Park, but really need to explore more.
Yeah, totally. I've heard so much about. Actually, one of my uncles is from the French region of New Brunswick, and he tells me sometimes about these little towns where he grew up, and his family's so big that they have their own parade when he goes, and so that would be cool to experience. Yeah, we'd love to see more of New Brunswick. We went back in the winter for the world's largest pond hockey
Yes, I was
tournament.
gonna say, did you know about that it has the world's largest pond hockey tournament
in this little town of Plaster Rock? I think it's like 1,500 people or less, and there's like 120 teams come from around the world. It's pretty impressive to see, and also some of the best Italian food I've ever had.
Oh yes, it was just like a small
So
shop,
random.
and they were super friendly and super good food.
I saw someone say Wells Gray. Yeah, that's the part I was talking about. We'd loved. That's been high on my list for a while, but of course, all last year got canceled out, and hopefully this year. Where's how would you pronounce that?
Quetico
Provincial Park.
Yes.
Where is that located? Is that in? Which is better, Edmonton or Calgary? It's I mean, I'm not like a lot of people would most people would probably say Calgary in general. I'm a little biased because I'm not really, I don't know, one of those people who thinks cities, one sucks and one's not good. And I think I'm an Edmonton Oilers fan, so that would be great for me. I would rather cheer for them, but Edmonton has, it's known as the festival city. So I haven't lived there, but people say it has more culture than Calgary. There's more festivals going on. They actually get a true summer from what I've heard, but also a true winter where it's, cold for a length of time.
Yes, 3 hours north.
Calgary, I would think Calgary wins for being a little prettier.
Yeah, it's more scenic.
And just, there's something about being an hour from Banff.
That's
mountains. A huge benefit. Like Edmonton, the closest one would be Jasper, and that's a 4-hour drive. Whereas from Calgary, you can literally go skiing for the day and come back home. So I think that's a big.
And I guess it's very subjective. Like, for example, we love the mountains. We like to be outdoors. So for us, it's great here. Some other people, maybe they don't like to be outdoors and they like to be more in the malls. And Edmonton has a very big shopping mall.
the North America's largest shopping mall, but the world's largest indoor water park, which is my favorite place.
Yeah, which is a cool place to spend the winter.
So it's hard to say. And it's also much cheaper than Calgary. I would say it's probably about $100,000 cheaper for a house. So it's pretty significant.
I guess it depends on your priorities for sure. Someone has been in Mexico when he was 7 years old, and now he's 47. So yes, I'm sure that it has changed a lot.
Yeah, probably. More people now.
Yes. And then it says, greetings from Costa Rica. Hello, Gretel, because you're listening. Actually, my best friend lives in Costa Rica, in Playa Tamarindo. She's also Mexican, but she moved to Winnipeg with her family. And like 4 years ago, she moved to Costa Rica. And now she's living the life. Pura vida.
We did a road trip there. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then, hi, F&T. I wish I knew your name because I know you comment a lot on our videos. So thanks for being here, especially in Ontario. It must be what is it? Almost midnight.
Greetings from Ontario.
PR in Alberta.
Quetico Provincial Park is in Ontario. It's a canoe area wilderness.
Woodstock. I feel like we drove through it, but I might have just seen a sign that said to turn off.
Okay, so.
Greetings from Ontario. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's so many. The one thing about Ontario that that I would love to see is all the lakes. There's just so many lakes in the north, and of course we didn't have much time when we were there for the video, and we had to focus on like kind of that super highlights during the road to 150. So of course it's Toronto, Ottawa, Niagara, but that's such a tiny region of Ontario. It's such a huge province. So I would love to go back and do some canoeing and see some of the lakes and Lake Superior and road trips. And
See, there's so many places.
I'm telling you, you could really spend almost like a year in most provinces. Maybe not PEI wouldn't require a year, but
Nanda.
Tofino Hot Springs.
Yeah.
No, we've been to Tofino, but that sounds.
We didn't hear about the hot springs. Is it
well,
natural?
I've
hot
heard of
springs?
some hot
Probably.
springs, and if I remember right, I think you have to like fly there or take a boat. I think they're like pretty secluded.
We went to the Liard Hot Springs in BC.
In northern BC. That's an awesome hot
Yeah,
springs.
those are very big and very natural. Nanda is saying that I inspire her doing all those activities that I do in the videos, that I'm so brave. I know Matthew pushes me all the time. Now, to be honest, I always like to push myself and, try things. And if I don't like them, then I can say, no, I won't do them again. But I always like to give everything a chance. So, and it's been good so far.
Yeah, I've pretty much loved everything. I think probably of all the things we've done between bungee jumping and all that kind of stuff, the ones that stick have been scuba diving, right?
Yes.
It's like one of our favorite. Unfortunately, that's the one thing about Calgary is there's not really scuba diving nearby. Some people go scuba diving in the mountain lakes, but I don't know.
It's different. We like to see animals too, and the lakes usually they don't have.
Yeah, I'm more like the tropical, like the reefs and
Yes.
stuff like that. So we're nowhere close to that. There's some decent ones in BC, but it's also cold water diving. Your perspective of the economy and unemployment. I don't know too much about Halifax. I had heard, and of course this is like pre-COVID. I don't know what's happening now, but Halifax was actually one of the fastest growing cities in Canada. Like they were attracting some tech companies. And if that's true, it's a cool place. Like that's actually another city we would consider living in because it has that East Coast vibe, but it's big. Well, not too big, but it's like a bigger city. It's close to like surfing. We actually met someone who moved there. The guy who took us on the photo tour moved from Vancouver to Halifax and does organizes photo tours, and he goes surfing, and he loves it so much because they have relatively mild winters, although still cold. But yeah, we love Nova Scotia. That's always kind of high on our list when we've considered moving east. But I don't know anything about, like, unfortunately, like unemployment there and stuff like that. Where are the best looking people in Canada?
Everywhere.
Probably Calgary.
No, to be honest, Canada is like a potluck. I think that there's so many cultures that
A mosaic, some people call it.
Yes, it's everywhere. I don't know what you like, but I see really good people everywhere.
West Edmonton Mall. I love it too, actually. It also has the world's largest parking lot.
So what are some of the best food that you've had during your travels in Canada? To be honest, Quebec, the province of Quebec, I think that has very more unique food.
And even Newfoundland, I find.
But a lot of fish. If you don't like fish, it's nice, but like, I don't know. Overall, I think that I really like the food from the Quebec.
Mm. Do you mean like Canadian food? Like one of the things when people ask us that, it's hard to sometimes we don't have super distinct food here. I know.
I guess it depends on your background. Like, for example, Matthew's background is Irish, so her mom cooks a lot of more.
His mom.
His mom cooks a lot of, maybe whatever her mom used to cook.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like in BC, I think fish like salmon is pretty popular.
Yeah. Here in Calgary,
steak and
potatoes.
Potatoes maybe.
Mashed potatoes and pancakes.
But one of the cool things about Canada is you can really find food from anywhere. That's one of the things I love about it.
Now Matthew, he loves Mexican food. So.
Visit the French Principality off Newfoundland? Do you mean
Saint Pierre and Miquelon?
If you mean Saint Pierre and Miquelon, we actually did a video on that the last time we were there.
And it's part of France. It's not part of Canada or
it's kind of an interesting. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about it. When we were there, the weather wasn't very good, unfortunately, but we still made the video. Best foods. By the way,
Okay,
I
so
actually
we're
do
gonna-
love maple syrup. So that's one of my favorite. I don't
But
know
you
if like a
didn't
lot of
get
foods,
into maple syrup until pretty much you met me.
No, I have it in yogurt, coffee,
Everything is like a
breakfast
great
foods.
sweetener. But anyway, I guess we're gonna get the last questions because we don't want to take too much of your
Thanks,
time.
Wayne. Wayne donated us some money.
Oh,
Now I can go
thank
get a
you.
coffee.
I can get.
Thanks, Jane. I know, we need even more
Subscribers. I know.
No, it's actually pretty awesome because in 2017 it wasn't our plan to be on YouTube. We just needed a place to showcase that road to 150, and it kind of took off from there. And then we decided to do our own videos, of course. So it's been kind of a really cool journey that we didn't expect.
Yeah, and it's actually giving us some purpose because we love, finding new ways to showcase Canada and like help you guys to know more about this beautiful country.
Someone asked about Bannock. We actually learned a lot about Bannock on some of our trips because we went with, we've done some Indigenous tours. Like Bannock is known here as an Indigenous food, but it's actually
From
from
Scotland.
But I guess because of the
Métis.
Métis, the mixing, that's where it came from. But that's where you typically find Bannock, is if you go on like
Métis.
an Indigenous tour of some sort, and
Yeah.
usually you make it on the fire, and yeah, it's pretty good.
And it's something that we like to go deeper into in more videos in the future, like showing more of this history and culture about Canada.
Surprisingly, Toronto's been doing quite well. So have the Oilers, but not against Toronto this year. Drumheller, yeah, I think we're going to probably do a video in Drumheller this year. I just feel like we might be stuck to Alberta, so for sure we'd like to do we love it there. It's so unique. And dinosaurs, who doesn't like dinosaurs? Which is the best public transport? No idea about Brampton, unfortunately. I've actually never been there. Best honeymoon destinations in Canada. We could go on a lot of honeymoons.
A lot of people go to the Yukon to see the Northern Lights.
Yeah. Well, especially people from China, we've heard, or maybe also Japan. They have a belief about making love under the northern stars, and you have have a boy. Yeah, the Northern Lights. But either way, it's romantic to see.
I guess anywhere can be romantic. I think something very romantic, sometimes like being on a cabin with your own fire, like having a fire by your bed and stuff like that. It just makes the ambience more romantic, right, baby?
I like being out in nature. I guess it depends like what you're into, but yeah, I'm not sure specifically.
Yeah.
Except Calgary, which is the city you would love to settle. We're kind of mixed all over the place. Like we love Vancouver, maybe even Victoria. It's just that it's quite an expensive place, and I don't really want to like rent. I mean, I don't mind renting, but even that's expensive. We've had some friends who've moved to Vancouver and came back just because they found it so expensive, but I think it looks like a cool city.
Yeah.
We've considered like even Ottawa.
Oh, I love Ottawa because it's the same population as Calgary, and I just find that it's so lively too in the winter. And I say I love Calgary for many reasons, but one thing is that I find that downtown is very quiet. Yeah,
that's the one downfall of Calgary is it's kind of I've heard it's compared to Chicago. It's very suburban, so a lot of people don't live downtown, and so it's kind of quiet, especially in the winter. Like there's no life, whereas in Vancouver and Toronto, it's like always alive. So again, it kind of depends like what you're into in that
And that's
case.
something I miss about Mexico City, that there's always people or something to do.
Greetings from Philippines. Oh, from Calgary though.
Calgary/Philippines. So he's from Philippines.
We love the Philippines, by the way. It's been since 2012 when we were there, but it was like one of our highlights of all our travels. All right, Sia. Thank you for your nice comment. I love to hear that you guys enjoy our videos and that, I don't know, you feel joyful when we talk. Someone asked Canada 160. Yeah, we've actually talked about doing like even the 155 because I think that would be next year. So it just seems sooner to us. But yeah, maybe 160, 175. But once you get up there, it might be a whole different. Yeah. If we do road to 200, we'll be like 80 something. So we can do
Well, if the technology keeps going this way, there must be like I don't know, a wonderful vaccine that keeps you young and without diseases. I don't know.
We won't be bungee jumping probably on that one.
But at the same time, to
The
be
Niagara
honest,
Falls.
even though I love to have that accomplishment, I would really love to like not be as rushed to visit places. Like I would like to take more time.
Yeah, I almost wouldn't mind doing like I don't know, something kind of catchy, like 50 days in each province or something. Something where you get to see it more, because it was a pretty rushed trip. It was very special, but the more you travel, you meet people, and of course they tell you about other cool places like Wells Gray Provincial Park and all these places you've told us about. So now you really need a lot of time.
It's in our head, yeah.
Honeymoon, and I guess Niagara Falls probably is a very popular spot for honeymoons.
Yeah, but it's not as romantic. It's very busy.
It is like
it's
Las Vegas in some ways.
Yes.
But I mean, the falls are beautiful. You could always go to Niagara on the lake, and that's like the wineries.
Oh, well, that's true. I will go to the wineries. Yes. I want to go. Yes, it's a cool place. Like also, like you get to know the locals. Like how many people were there? Like a very small town.
We'd also want to go back because we were there like 4 hours because we had to go. The road wasn't opened yet, so we had like special permission with the government, and they brought us up there with like a construction crew. But it was raining, so the road was soft, and they didn't want us like ruining the road and getting stuck.
And they said, like, if you don't leave today, you may be stuck for another 3 days. And then we needed to make our way to, like, the next places. Like, we had everything on a schedule, day by day. So,
yeah. So we couldn't, but we'd love to go back because it was just pretty much we just got to see the Pingos. And
I love that name, the Pingos.
And jump in the Arctic Ocean.
If you speak Spanish and you're from Mexico, like Victor, you know what Pingos mean in Spanish.
Someone said you help him improve English?
Me?
I don't know. Well, he said just you, so I don't know if it's me or you.
Well,
or both.
Probably. Yes. Matthew's always helping me to improve my English. And I'm still not 100%, but oh well.
Up in Churchill, we were in Churchill for the Road to 150 in the summer. We went snorkeling with beluga whales, which is one of the coolest things we've ever done. But we'd love to go back in October, November when they get all the polar bears. That's what they're most famous for because there's so many. It's actually an interesting place. Like there's a curfew kind of thing because you don't want to be out at night and a polar bear comes around.
And you don't want to be around.
You're not supposed to lock your doors there, like to your cars, because in case someone is running from a polar bear, they need to be able to get in a car. So very different from Calgary. Here you lock your doors.
Yeah. They said, what's the best spot to do adventurous activities? I guess the Rocky Mountains, because you can have like rock climbing, ice climbing, skiing, hiking, water raft,
whitewater rafting.
Whitewater rafting, bungee jump, I'm sure, like around somewhere, helicopter rides.
Yeah, I'd say probably BC and Alberta is a good combo, but I'm sure Ontario and Quebec have quite a few adventures too.
They said that if it's worth visiting Calgary on Good Friday. I
have no idea. Probably, I would think. Which places to visit in Calgary in 24 hours? Whew. Maybe that could be a video one day, but the National Music Center is pretty cool if you're into music. You can actually like see the Country Music Hall of Fame, I believe, and try out instruments and even sing in a booth. And the building itself is beautiful.
Yeah, and learn about like all the musicians that have come out from Canada that I didn't even know of some of them.
Yeah. Favorite place in Canada you visited together? Whew. There's too many.
Place in Canada. Well, I guess everywhere is special. We make it special, right, baby?
Yeah. Highlights. Yeah, it is really tough. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
People ask us our favorite province. I can't say we have one.
It's because, like, just put it this way: you cannot compare oceans to mountains. Like, each place is unique and beautiful, and yeah, it's hard. Hello from Colombia.
I'm not sure about Memorial University, but I've heard good things. I think it's like one of the maybe it depends on what you're taking, but one of the better universities. And it would be pretty fun to go to university in St. John's, Newfoundland. Like that'd be a very fun place. I think it's just a fun atmosphere.
Well, it's because people
great,
like to party in Newfoundland.
And if you're in school, like I think it'd be very fun. Like,
they like to drink.
We went to Lethbridge.
It was fun. I don't know about you, but I had a lot of fun.
I like Lethbridge too, but let's face it, St. John's would have been a different
That's where Matthew and I met, at University of Lethbridge. I came to Canada for an exchange for 6 months, and I met him there. And I had a lot of fun before meeting you.
I mean, I have nothing against Lethbridge, but it's not. Well, it's actually known quite a bit for the university, but still, St. John's is definitely
It's a more charming city for sure as well than Lethbridge. But well, guys, I guess that's it. We're up to 40 minutes, but we're so happy that a lot of you joined. We hope that we can do more of these YouTube lives more often, because we'll
do them at different times as well
to connect with you.
It makes YouTube a lot more fun in this case, because it's just nice to actually hear from people instead of just publishing videos. Would you ever, just a couple more questions, would you travel to India? We were there in 2015 for a month, and it was quite an experience. We liked it, but it's very different than Canada,
we want to go back to Goa. Is it
Goa? Like in the south.
South of India.
That's probably different. We spent most of our time Rajasthan, and of course like Taj Mahal. Delhi.
Oh my God, what a beautiful place.
But everywhere else. And we actually went to the other side, to Varanasi.
To the Ganges River.
That was very different than Calgary.
Yeah, I know. Even though we love travel within Canada, because, I mean, we live here as well and everything. We really miss world travel too, because we just love exploring new places. Yeah, especially when they're so different.
Well, yeah, and there's so much culture and so much history everywhere. Very different. Like, we love everywhere.
Yes. All right. Well, I will say good night to a lot of you, and have a great day to the other half.
Yes, some of you good night, some of you good morning. And we're going to be publishing our next video, of course, next Tuesday.
Yes. And I just finished the video, some social media, and we hope you enjoy it.
And we'll do another live soon.
So take care. Bye-bye, everyone. Good night.
Good night. And good morning. I already said that.
Good morning.